Pause. Look at what this dude wrote. Hey, do you want to have Brian, you're so upfront, kind of like it, maybe.
Emotional damage.
They do it to themselves. Oh, I love this channel. Thank you for whoever put me on. FBE Capital, guys. He only has 19 subs. Go show him some love. This guy just makes straight heat, dude.
So I'm in my car. I'm about to go home.
Oh.
The date didn't happen. He texted me. And it was a joke.
It's a small minority of men who get pretty much all of the matching.
We both have the same type of man. Like, we like a nasty f***er.
We like a criminal.
I don't need a man.
We're gonna talk about cheating and how to get away with it.
Oh, shit, dude. This is where we're headed. Steve the Yard Guy, thanks so much, brother. You want to buy her a beer? Yeah, W's for the last woman. Katie, she straight soldier, dude. Wasn't putting up with any of that BS. Hobby, thanks so much for the 2. Keep telling the brutal truth. Oh, this one's about to get brutal, too. I can already tell.
He had no intention on showing up.
Okay, for all of my girlies who are considering their first phase, do it.
Do not date a woman for 3 months. Her.
So when you go hook up, you need to see it as sex and you're out. Sex and you're out.
And then ghost her for 4 days and dump her and then tell her it's just because you don't have romantic feelings for her.
I was always so curious, you know, what it would be like to really get beaten by someone in a sexual way.
I spent 2 hours getting ready. I drove 25 minutes to get here.
Girl, you don't need no f***ing man.
I do not need a man. I can finance myself, I can myself, and I can feed myself.
Like, I'm a single mom and I work from home. I'm trying to find a person, and I said, like, I have a lot of hobbies, I have a lot of friends, but like right now I'm going through a really difficult time.
Emotional damage. Bruh.
Don't need no man, but is crying over men. Damn, dude, the cope. The cope is unreal. Imagine the friction they must feel in the depths of their soul that they have to verbalize how much they don't need a man and are crying on camera doing it.
May end up 35 and single, so what?
Seeing my grandparents holding my...
You're gonna end up 35 and single? So what? And then the clock starts ticking. And then the eggs start freezing. And then the 40% success rate hits you in the face. And now you're 38 and it's gone. I got no family, no kids. I'm collecting dogs, box wine, cats. And Chad is laughing all the way to the bank.
cousins' kids and how happy they look, and I'm not gonna get to see that, witness that, experience that love.
Like, bruh. I'm never good enough.
So, things aren't exactly going great for modern women in the world of dating, or for that matter, in life in general. And it's very tempting.
Yeah, we roasted that other chick. She had 2 videos how she was 1 in a million. Oh my god. And then it cues to her crying in the bathroom how nobody will take her seriously. Please, dude.
To simply blame men for all of this pain and misery.
The problem with narcissistic, attractive men, I've been speaking a lot about how awful men treat women.
Laymen.
Met so many narcissistic
misogyny
boys.
Here to prove that men are absolute
However, things are a bit more complicated than that. And more importantly, what most people fail to realize is that change never happens in isolation. This means that when you change even just one variable in the world of dating, then already the entire ecosystem changes. However, when you start f***ing around with all of the variables between men and women, then you really get going and you have no idea what the outcome will be.
It's not at all what it used to be. Like, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby carriage. No. It is first comes sex, then comes ghosting, then comes emotional trauma and trust issues.
Oh.
Emotional damage.
At least she admits she's got the trust issues and the damage, boys. Now you know what to avoid. Women that are deep in hookup culture.
Nope.
Absolutely. Deny them all, dude. It's a catch and release only. Because if you try to mount that on your wall, it's going to fall off, burn your house down, take half your money, take your kids away, and you're going to be like, rest in peace, the Green Ranger. One of the GOATs. We don't want that story, boys. We want you to be alive and healthy and helping to leave the world in a better place, not exiting early. Because the fish you caught busted up your guts and knocked you out of the game permanently.
I don't know how to let somebody good in my life, so I just don't entertain anybody.
And in my experience, I began to feel just disrespected by every single guy that I ever slept with. I always would feel like as soon as I, gave it up to a guy, I would just be like trashed to the side. Like I was like disposable.
Chad damage.
Emotional damage.
Do you see it? Every time I gave it up, every time I gave it up to a guy, he threw me away like trash. What happened to the strong, independent, sexually empowered boss babes? We can sleep around like men, rack up the body count, sis, go out, explore, get some experience, and have your fun. Do they look like they're having fun with the narrative they've been sold? Nah, don't think so.
Nope.
And it was really affecting my mental health and like making my self-confidence.
Boys, get the likes up. We gotta hit 600. Let's do it. Sheesh, dude.
A lot worse.
Life is just really lonely. Just another holiday, I'm by myself.
So if you agree that modern dating is completely then drop a like and comment down below what you think is the main problem here. So you see, what initially started as women simply wanting sexual equality and freedom.
A common narrative that you'll hear is from progressives is that the sexual revolution was a great idea and it was a way of counteracting centuries of oppressive patriarchal repression.
Has now morphed into women telling other women that they should have a hoe phase, date multiple men at once, and definitely never settle.
I ended up hooking up with him on the beach. I'm realizing that's a public place, but later that evening I went to a party and I ended up hooking up with 2 other people. Judge me if you want, no regrets.
Rotational dating in my life means that instead of me having
Oh my God! Oh
see?
hell no!
Got smashed by Chad on the beach, then I went to a party and got smashed by 2 more Chads.
Bruh.
having one partner, I currently have 5 mini partners.
It's see you later season, on to the next, because there are men literally everywhere.
There's 3 major reasons why monogamy is bullshit.
We've gone from a society where men would have to bend over backwards just to get a phone number or to simply be allowed to hold a woman's hand, to now being able to text a woman, hey, wanna come over? Whenever you want to have sex.
I cannot tell you the last time I was asked on an actual normal date.
Your experiences are mostly what? Guys just saying, hey, come over?
Yeah, that shit, yeah.
The effort required to get laid nowadays is so low that many guys feel perfectly comfortable saying the weirdest shit on dating apps or be as direct as possible.
They can go, meet up with a new woman every night, potentially. And I think meet up.
Pause, look at what this dude wrote. Hey, do you want to have sex? Brian, you're so upfront, kind of like it, maybe.
Emotional damage.
They do it to themselves.
Go, meet up with a new woman every night, potentially. And I think the problem with that is that it does encourage bad behavior from those men. Really rude, really explicit from the get-go, asking for nudes straight away.
This behavior then leads to most women feeling as if all that men want from them is sex and nothing else, which can become quite disheartening.
The intent to only use you for their sexual needs, it's
Gotcha, bitch!
very empty. It makes me feel worthless and like I have nothing else to offer anybody.
And then just drops you like you're absolutely nothing. That truly does break your spirit.
And then when they find out I'm a real person with real feelings, they're like, oh no, I just wanted a sex doll that I could discard whenever I wanted. And I'm like, how the do you think that makes me feel?
Please explain to me how the is this a win for modern women? It's not. Now some of you might say, hey, you're wrong. This only works for the top 10% of men. Well, to that I say, them. Men. Sorry, my came out. But seriously, this is not about the adverse effects that modern is having on men, since it's not being sold to men.
The last 4.5 years, I've been on hundreds
hundreds of dates. I would go on 5, 6, 7 dates a week.
I would much rather be alone than deal with some half-ass shit from a man.
That's why I see the point in some women participating in hookup culture. Like, I would not want to waste my time going on all these dates if really my end goal here is just to have sex.
If they become your everything and you want them to be your everything, then you have it twisted.
Modern and hookup culture are specifically being sold to women as a positive and freeing force that is empowering to them. And the only question that I'm asking, is that actually the case, or is it setting them up for failure?
Are we done pretending like that's empowering or even healthy?
Because hookup culture benefits guys more than it will ever benefit girls. Guys mainly just want sex. They rarely want commitment, but will do practically anything to get laid.
Hookup culture has become very toxic.
But nowadays, there's no courting, there's no getting to know one another.
Whose fault is this? Who gives it up for free? Thanks, IBZ. Who sold them the idea of women's empowerment? What movement told them they could all be sexually liberated? Who gave up this enormous power to tell men that the only way you get to get my number, hell, before that, the only way you get to even speak to me is getting my hand in marriage? They used to demand lifetime commitment for you to get access to the box. Now they demand hookah and chill. Now they'll come over when you message them, hey, let's have sex on an app. The price of poon has plummeted. It is bankrupt. It is worthless today. It's absolutely insane the things women used to be able to do as far as getting a man's commitment versus what they're able to do today. They've traded a man's commitment strictly for something transactional like money now. The only thing they can get from men, the only thing left they can literally weasel their way out from men is money. Look at the OFANS epidemic, the simping epidemic, all this shit, but it doesn't deal with men they want. They have to extract some sort of value from men today. So it's money, because commitment out the window. Men, wised up. I don't need to give out my commitment because I'm still going to get laid. And then the sisterhood just essentially crabs in a bucket, because if she doesn't sleep with you, the next one will. That even a Tinder. Good luck, dude, demanding anything today. Jesus.
People want to do nowadays is meet up and
I'm not good with like hookups because I'm like, I want to cuddle and like know about your day. And then they just look at me crazy. So then I look stupid and then I feel stupid and then I shit because they just want to
Now, even though I'm also one of those evil creatures called men, that doesn't mean that I reject in general. It is modern day specifically that I have a problem with. Women having equal rights to men and being equally respected is a no-brainer. However, that is not what modern is about.
Toxic what does is simultaneously teach women to detest masculine traits in men but cultivate them in themselves. So for instance, a man that sexualizes women is misogynistic, but a woman...
Chat, and this one's for the editors too, you have to literally blur out YIHFNism. You have to blur this phrase out or YouTube demonetizes your video. I'm so not joking. I've covered this woman before with this exact video. She's a psychologist giving women advice on what to do. Men too, on TikTok. They demonetize me and penalize the channel. So for the editors that are watching, completely blur out this little section right here so people can't read it. It's that stupid on this platform. And having said that, if you haven't already, go on Locals, dude, and be a part of Discord as well. That's the most support we're going to get from you guys, because it's a clown show over here.
should sell her nudes online and she's a bad bitch.
Be a bitch, honey. Be that bitch. Be a boss, bitch.
But the biggest problem with is that it makes women reject their feminine traits. So they no longer want to be loyal or nurturing. As a result, we're breeding a generation of men who no longer aspire to provide, protect, and most importantly, respect women because they can access them and replace them.
She said it perfectly. Because when you keep yelling that women should shut up, down with men, and we don't need any men, you're...
By the way, do you see what this chick looks like? Come on, dude. Does this look like marriage material? I don't mean to rag on her looks. I know it's not popular in the mainstream because she's a woman and she's strong and independent, but tattoos are not attractive to men. This looks like an easy girl. This looks like a chick you take home, you bed, you dump. Ghost her ass. That's it. This is the message you give out. Tattoos aren't cute on women. They're not feminine. Tattoos are masculine. I'm surprised she hasn't already started with neck and face tats. I don't know where society, here, the sickness in the West, where we can tell women that they can get tattoos all the way up their fingers, full sleeve, shoulders, neck, and face. And that's seen as something feminine and attractive. And then you're surprised why men treat you like a piece of meat and nobody wants to marry you anyway. And the saddest part, dude, is they're all one and the same. The personality that tatted chicks have is the same fucking story about daddy issues, broken home, had to find myself, I went through some rough stuff, I like pain, blah, blah, blah. You heard it all before once you hear it one time. It's all the same fucking story, dude. NPC mentality.
Don't need any men. You're simply selling women a big fat lie.
It's a walking red flag, dude. That's all it is. Really. You see a chick tatted up, just know, nope, nothing serious, no commitment there. Absolutely not. It's for fun. Catch and release.
About being single. Nobody ever wants to talk about how hard it can be and how isolating it can feel. You watch everybody go have babies and get in relationships, and you just feel like you're stuck here alone.
When women do find a nice guy that treats them with respect, other women will sabotage that relationship because he's too basic for their taste.
This trend of bare minimum is getting ridiculous. I can't even post a TikTok anymore appreciating my partner without people commenting that it's the bare minimum or I have low standards. You will have a hard time being in a happy relationship if you just expect more and more from your partner without appreciating the small things first.
Hate my friends' boyfriends. My friends are these beautiful, intelligent, successful women that deserve the world. And they will rock up to my birthday with Joe from Tinder. Joe can barely string a sentence.
Do you see the anger that she's the only one alone in her friend group? This is why I tell you guys, the amount of pull the besties have in your relationship is maddening. And especially if your girl is in a group where most of them are bitter and alone, better believe they're working to destroy your relationship. And if your woman shows an inkling of happiness, bare minimum, sis, bare minimum. No, watch out, dude. I don't want to be mean and say isolate her from her friends, but you need to enlighten your woman that her whole friends aren't good for your guys' relationship and that she should get some new ones. You know, ones that are actually in a relationship as well and happy, and go do, couple dates and couple activities instead of her being dragged every weekend night with her fucking girlfriends that are looking to hoe it up, putting her in compromising positions, including with alcohol, being inebriated and having her inhibition lowered, potentially in a disastrous moment for you. When you find out after the 4 or 5 a.m. call that she wasn't sleeping at her bestie's house. Bad influences.
Together and makes her cry twice a week. The only thing I want from Joe is for him to off out of both of our lives.
Now the last woman loves to talk about how basic her friends' boyfriends are and that they should break up. But here's the same woman about her own love life.
Like, I have a lot of hobbies, I have a lot of friends, but like right now I'm going through a really difficult time. I can't tell you how much I wish I had someone to just like give me a hug, say that everything is gonna be fine, or just like watch TV. Because if I had nothing, I had someone that I loved and who really genuinely loved me.
This is just absolutely insane, because not only is this type of shitting on other women's quote-unquote basic boyfriends a real problem, but this constant gaslighting by modern has made most women believe that they are a perfectly cut 10-carat diamond and that they are owed the highest quality of men.
You're just pissed because I'm educating women to wake the up and raise their standards. No, I'm going to teach women to wait. And guess what, ladies? I didn't meet my man until 34, and I would have waited until I was 64.
Yeah, that's gonna work out just fine.
I'm Jillian, I'm 39 and I'm trying to get back into dating. I've realized I'm absolutely terrified of being hurt. Thought of falling for someone and having it blow up in my face.
Emotional damage!
All these families and all these couples, and I just look and go, what the hell did I do so wrong in a past life that I can't find that for myself?
It would be cool if someone could end the crushing loneliness for a minute.
Oh, let's replay that. The crushing what? The crushing what? Strong boss babe, independent queen?
Someone could end the crushing loneliness for a minute or two.
I'm tired of feeling like a used condom on the f***ing floor the next morning.
And you check out your friends and your family, and they all have people in their lives
that will always come before you, as they should, but you have no one.
This was Women Being Destroyed by Modern. Please like and subscribe for more videos.
Solid, dude. Someone recommended me his channel. It's right here, FBE Capital Voice. Show him some love. He's putting out straight heat. 64, dude. The crushing loneliness is all you need to know about what sexual empowerment has done to women. This video just encapsulates it. The hypocrisy, everything.